Hi, my name is Ashane, and I'm writing a book about decision-making in the early career and post-graduation experience. This book explores the intersection of decision-making and young adulthood, with a specific emphasis on the scope of one's early career. I was inspired to write this book after talking to so many friends and peers about their post-graduation experience. In college, and up until college really, we're taught that success is defined a very specific way, whether it be by GPAs, or whether it be by club involvements, or by titles. But truth be told, when you get into the real world, that doesn't really seem to be the case. I've spoken to over 50 people, each of whom have a different lens on the post-graduation experience, and I want to share with you what I've learned. I think this book is different because instead of talking to people who are really famous and have made it big, I'm talking to people who are regular people like you and me, who are achieving success in their context and really finding out what's important to them. In my book, I'm going to tell the stories of investment bankers, entrepreneurs, and even Imagineers at the Walt Disney Company. One of the coolest stories is about a close friend of mine, a mentor of mine really. His values have changed a lot over the years, and he's been able to identify when those values have changed based on his career decisions at that point in time. When he was fresh out of college, he thought he knew exactly what he wanted to do. But it only took him 6 months to realize that by doing this thing for his career, he was separating himself from his family and his closest friends. Too often do we talk about what we do with our career or how we manage to take those steps. But in my opinion, I don't think we talk enough about why we take the steps we do. I think there's so much to be said for wanting to pursue a certain career path because it's in line with our function passion, or it's in line with what we love to do, or it's in line with what our family values say, or it's in line with what God wants of us. In school, they tell you so much about the industry and so much about skills you need to be successful, but rarely do they ever ask you if this is something you actually want. I hope that you, the reader, by reading this book and by really engaging with the narratives of each of the people that I spoke to, will be able to develop a framework for what success means to you and really focus on your values and connect values to your own happiness. I think this book might mean a lot to you if you or a loved one are going through a life stage where you're trying to understand what's important to you. One thing I found interesting through this process is the diversity of thought. And people who I've spoken to about this can definitely attest to me saying this, because I really think that through this book writing process, I've truly been able to understand that. I've spoken to over 50 people about their early career experience, and not 2 people have said the same thing about what's important to them. Everyone approaches something differently. Of the many people who have cited family or faith or learning as one of their primary reasons for their next step in their career, they all come at it from different lenses. My name is Ashane, and I'm writing a book about decision-making in the post-graduation and early career adventure.